Hi, my name is Justin and welcome to my channel, Nooks Cooks. Today I'm gonna finally cook sinigang. A lot of people have been asking and requesting it. Specifically, I'm gonna be cooking pork sinigang. So let's start. Sinigang is a Filipino sour soup. And before I go into the details of sinigang, I briefly want to cover the topic of sour and its use in Filipino cuisine, as I think that helps differentiate Filipino cuisine from other cuisines. In my previous videos, I've used calamansi, the native citrus of the Philippines, and cane sugar vinegar, both souring agents. And other examples include the eating of unripe green mangoes with bagoong or shrimp paste, and achara, which are pickled vegetables that are used as a side dish. And now that I think of it, it helps explain my preferences when it comes to fruit. I tend to like fruit that has sour notes and tart notes in it. And when you think of sour in the context of Filipino cuisine, you think about the preservation methods that were used in the Philippines prior to refrigeration and how those flavors made their way into the cuisine. Sinigang comes from the Tagalog verb sigang, which means to stew. And the Philippines has over 7,000 islands, so there's a lot of diversity when it comes to the people and the languages and even the food. So sinigang has multiple different souring agents that are used across the Philippines. One of the most prominent ones is tamarind. A couple other ones include guava and a fruit called kamias. There's a bunch of other ones I don't even know about, and I'm not going to cover them today. And there's also diversity in the proteins that are used. Today I'm going to be using pork. Common ones that I grew up eating were shrimp and fish. Here are the ingredients for my sinigang, and I say my sinigang because everybody has different preferences on the vegetables that they like, and these are mine. Starting with Asian eggplant, tomatoes, daikon radish, bok choy, onion, green pepper, this is an Anaheim pepper, patis, also known as fish sauce, water, and I have this tamarind soup packet, also known as a sinigang packet. These are very convenient, and before you hate, I recently saw a video of Lauren Maynard, who was the 2024 James Beard Award winner for the best chef in California for his restaurant Kuya Lord in Los Angeles. And if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for you and me. And I mentioned that I'm making pork sinigang, so here are some pork spare ribs. Other vegetables that I've seen and had in sinigang include okra, a little bit too slimy for my taste. I've seen gabi, also known as taro, kangkong, also known as water spinach, and green beans. I'm going to start by quartering some tomatoes. And then quarter a yellow onion. This was my last yellow onion, and it wasn't as good of quality as I thought it was, so I had to peel back a few layers, but I had enough to make it work. Peel and slice a daikon radish. Now slice the Asian eggplant. Other than the longer and slender shape of an Asian eggplant versus an Italian eggplant, they tend to be sweeter and have a firmer interior. Though, if you're in a pinch, I'm pretty sure you could use an Italian eggplant. Now I'm going to wash all the stems of the baby bok choy. Once they're washed, cut off the bottom stem. Then I separate the bok choy into individual leaves and wash them. Soil tends to get on the inside of bok choy, and we don't want that in our sinigang. Add all the pork spare ribs to a pot. Add enough water to cover the ribs. Bring the pot up to a boil and skim off the impurities. After skimming off the impurities, I simmered at medium heat for about 10 minutes and I added the quartered onions and quartered tomatoes. Add the long green bean. Add in the tamarind powder packet, aka the sinigang packet, and then mix everything together. Let it simmer for another 10 minutes. Give the soup a taste and season with patis, also known as fish sauce, until your desired level of saltiness. Add in the daikon radish and let that cook for about 5 minutes until it softens a little bit. Add in the eggplants and let that cook for another 3 to 5 minutes. When I cook, I like to cook in big batches, and you can see I didn't plan very well and it barely fits, so I'm just trying to make it work. Lastly, add the baby bok choy, and I am running out of space, so I started putting leaves one at a time and kind of pushing them into the soup just to make sure they get cooked. Okay, the sinigang is done. I've actually not made this in a while, so this is actually a nice treat. So we're gonna start with one of the pork ribs. Just get a little bit of each vegetable. Some daikon, eggplant. Let's see, and yeah, those are all the vegetables. So we have that. I mean, I guess we get tomato. Tomatoes usually kind of like for blending into the soup. Okay. So, I don't know, it may look like it, it may not, but I did not sleep well last night, and it was tough getting through filming today. But, you know, the prize at the end is a nice meal. So, kapangpangan, let's eat. Say magantana, magantama. Needs more sabok. This is a nice dish if you're trying to get in some extra vegetables. If you're not eating enough vegetables in your diet, this is a way to kind of sneak them in because there's a lot going on vegetable-wise. And I also really like pork ribs because I really like cartilaginous pieces of meat. So this is definitely a treat for me. So typically I'll say the Kapampangan word for delicious, manyaman. But whenever I think of sinigang, I think of a phrase in Tagalog that says, I'm going to butcher this because I didn't grow up speaking Tagalog. I only grew up speaking Kapampangan. It's mas maasim, mas masarap, which in Tagalog translates to the more sour it is, the better it tastes. And that is definitely true about this. I will say that it's like a savory kind of sour. It's not sour like if you're having like, I don't know, like a sour candy. It's not even as sour as something like a tom yum, like the Thai soup. It's more of a savory type of sour, if I had to best explain it. Both are delicious. Yeah, this one's good. If you are one of the people who kept on asking me to cook sinigang, I hope you're happy, because I'm happy that I made it. Like I mentioned, it's been a while since I cooked sinigang and it was a nice treat to have. So when I was little, we used to really like warheads, you know, that little sour candy, and it eventually was not sour enough for all of us. So eventually I invited some of the kids in the neighborhood to go to my backyard, and we had a calamansi tree, and I would say, hey, you have to eat one of these if you want to have something really sour. And they did it, and they eventually really liked it. So leave a comment down below what your favorite sour candy was growing up, or even what your favorite sour candy is now. And remember to like and subscribe. Peace!